How's it going, YouTube? This is Hilaire the Fragrant One, bringing you day 13 of the Serge Lutens exploration. Today we're going to be experiencing Rose de Nuit, and this is, of course, a rose-based fragrance. But this is unlike roses I do not like. I'm not much into the dry or kind of roses where it's kind of almost like it's dead in a way. This is more so a dusty rose, which is something that is more along the lines of my taste. Now, this evokes to me fragrances of the past, like from the 70s and 80s, both feminine and masculine. If I had to pick a fragrance that this reminds me of heavily, this definitely reminds me of Hugo Boss's number one, which is I think around the 80s or late 70s. And that's a fragrance that is heavy on honey and rose, whereas this one is as well. This is beeswax though, which tends to me differ from honey usually. Honey usually a bit sweeter in fragrances, whereas beeswax is a little bit more animalic to me and not as sweet, but it has those nuances of honey in it. So this is mainly a rose and beeswax fragrance. And it, like I said, it really reminds me of the classics. So if you're really into the 70s and 80s powerhouse fragrances, or if you really liked Hugo Boss's number one, this might be one you want to check out. Obviously this is better quality in my opinion because, you know, differences in ingredients, and I don't know what they used in number one, but I didn't really like that fragrance, at least in one of the newer, I guess, formulations, probably from circa 2000 it was. I've never really smelled the original, so I can't say, but if you have smelled Hugo Boss's number one from the original, like 80s, then you might be able to compare them a bit more than I can. But this really does remind me of an 80s powerhouse fragrance. Now, I don't know if it's a powerhouse in terms of performance. You know, I only have a little bit of samples, so I can't really say exactly how much it can perform or how well it can perform, but it really, as it dries down, it's going to stay dusty with that rose, but it gets a little bit musty, so it's like dusty and musty, if that makes sense. And there's a little bit of sweetness from the beeswax in there, a little bit of the honeyed nuances there, but those facets are a lot more sporadic than other honey fragrances like Chergui and also Fumerie Turque, which I'll be doing in a couple days as well. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you like rose, and if you like older vintage from like the 80s kind of fragrances, then you may want to check this out. This definitely evokes a sophistication about it. And I will say that this is, I think, straight down unisex. I think both men and women can wear this equally. That's all I got for you guys today. If you like the journey so far and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and just keep following this with me. And as always, I do appreciate likes and comments, which I do respond to frequently. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll be back to you tomorrow with Serge Lutens Exploration. Talk to you tomorrow.